And we got Ness, Luigi, Snake, Rob, Ganon, Game & Watch, Gray Fox. Now we gotta get the rest.
Making sure I got everything right here to tweet out the stream the correct way.
Some would call it that.
You've got every character. Did you unlock them just by doing subspace, or did you do like some of the other stuff to get them?
We've been doing all subspace because if I were to do it the traditional ways, I would still have to clear all of subspace.
To
get them anyways.
What characters are locked behind subspace?
Toon Link, Wolf, and Jigglypuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess they were added like as. Because what is it? Weren't they added as not really an afterthought, but like late in development?
Those three, I don't think. Oh man, the characters added late. I forget. I mean, Jigglypuff was on the chopping block for one of the games. I don't know if it was Brawl.
I think it was this one. Because otherwise, I feel like they would have had a more like active role in the game. Just because Jigglypuff was one of the original 12.
Yeah.
So like that didn't, because you wouldn't think like, oh, it's gonna be chop and block immediately for Jigglypuff, but you know, the fact that kind of telling that Jigglypuff had like no role throughout Subspace Emissary aside from like being unlocked at the very end. So I think
that's
Jigglypuff
true.
was on the chopping block for this game.
That's true. Not in any cutscenes or anything.
Yep. Aside from the one where she's dancing it up and
yeah, really, it was a really short one. Yeah, that's probably it. Tom, where are you on spoilers for Ultimate? Have you?
I haven't really been keeping up with the website, but I've seen every single one of the directs.
Just making sure. So, won't talk about anything spoilers because what's happened today. It seems stores in Mexico have started selling the game.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so probably some local place that just broke, or what is it? Yeah, broke street date. And it makes sense. 2 weeks is pretty early, but I mean,
games have been leaked earlier than that. I've
that's
seen
true.
In my time working at GameStop.
Yeah, and it's it's a worldwide release, so.
Yep. You know when it actually goes live?
Fantastic. What goes live?
Do you know when like the game actually goes live? Like if you were to download it?
I think it's midnight your time zone. But no, actually it's midnight East Coast because it's
okay.
The US eShop is just the US eShop.
It's not divided by time zones.
Yeah.
Okay, because my plan for that night and into the following day and that night is to do a 24-hour stream of the game.
Like I'm gonna have to update you on my plan because the Game Awards are that night. So we are gonna stream it on Go to Vedcast, but I'm gonna be at a midnight launch to get Smash, so I can't stream it. So we're gonna have to have someone else. Steven volunteered right now to stream it, and I wouldn't.
Which one's Steven? Is that Six Scott?
Yeah. Okay. So I wouldn't like be too on it, but the Jeff is hyping it up, so I think there's gonna be announcements. There's gonna be what is it? Probably Nintendo announcements. So I mean, it'll be worth seeing, and I'm literally just gonna have to sit there with the game on my Switch and not play it because I want to save that all for the stream. So after we finish streaming the Game Awards, I'm gonna go live on Go to Bedcast, and then I can join you then.
Yeah. So like my intention, my original intention, I'm not sure like how much of that I'm gonna do, but like my original intention was to try to see how many of the characters I could unlock. I'm pretty sure like Spirits mode is gonna be similar to Subspace. We can unlock the characters through that. I kind of want to see how many characters I can unlock like the traditional way without needing to do Spirits mode. But at the same time, that's also like the story mode, and that's generally what people are gonna be watching, a single player person playing Smash Brothers. You know, they're gonna be coming for that.
Yeah, the Nintendo has told press about some information about it, but I assume you want to be more blind than that.
I don't really care much. Like if I know like what, like the only thing I really care about is there a traditional way to unlock the characters.
What they said,
similar to like the old Smash Bros, or is it all going to be through spirits?
Yeah, what they said, they were still vague about it. It will take an average player a few hours to unlock everyone.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Something about the parameters, there being too many parameters to talk about unlocking.
Average player a few hours, huh?
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
So I'm really curious about it. I wish we had some... I'm gonna be keeping up on leaks because I'm not too worried about it, but I will...
I mean, Mewtwo took more than a full day in Melee, so...
Yeah. Nap time, 5 hours.
That's what I did. Like,
oh, I see. The room goes up and then down.
When my, what is it? When my brother, because when my brother initially bought the GameCube when I was a kid and he was just starting college. Mm-hmm. So inevitably when you know he had to leave with like all the stuff, I had to buy it myself when it came time to like do more stuff with or to play like more Melee. Mm-hmm. It was just like I already knew about Mewtwo and I already had Mewtwo on my old save file on my brother's GameCube. I just like left it on for like an entire day on like Final Destination with no items on and just let it go through that and it just beat Mewtwo and got him.
Yeah, we you know the thing with the 4 controllers? That's what we did on stream.
I think that is what I ended up doing was like multiple controllers because yeah, it cuts the time based on how many controllers you have.
Yeah. That's what I did that off stream, but I resumed the stream after that long. Like at 5 hours before 10 o'clock, I started doing that. This is a trap. Oh no! Oh, I see what it wants me to do. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta lower it down enough in order for it to break through to the other side.
There was something else about the leaks to bring up, but I mean that is basically the day's plan for that day.
Yeah.
See how Game Awards go, and then play Smash. I'm so excited.
Did they specify how to unlock the characters? Like, was it just through spirits? Okay.
I mean, it's definitely looking that way. It's just, I mean, given subspace as a precedent, yeah, it's probably that way.
That's kind of unfortunate because I like I miss the old style, you know, where it's like, oh, you had to beat remember you got to beat multi-man Smash 100 characters in order to get Falco.
I think it would still be worth the very first thing doing is a 100-man Smash to see.
Yeah, if I unlock Falco that way, then I will have to start Spirits immediately.
Yeah, Wario's that way in Smash 3DS. That's how you unlock him.
Yeah, it's not that I don't want to play Spirits. I definitely want to play Spirits, but I just would rather have like a bit more of a challenge in unlocking the different characters.
Yeah, it's also looking really, really long. I think I missed someone. Oh well.
What, Spirits?
Yeah, it's looking like it's a substantially long campaign.
Yeah.
I see everyone like gave up on the idea of there being cutscenes, but like the whole theory about cutscenes came from the trailers looking like cutscenes.
Yeah.
And they all figuratively work as cutscenes, especially if they like lead up to boss fights.
Well, the other thing too, they theoretically. So I mean, Luigi's canonically gonna die in the Castlevania level.
I mean, he could, yeah.
Well, the other thing too is that there weren't as many in this game as there were in Smash 4. Smash 4 did a lot of you know, cutscene related trailers just because they wanted that to be like sort of like the reveals for the characters because they weren't gonna have cutscenes in it. And you know, in this game there are significantly less. So I can imagine there being cutscenes in the game for Spirits.
Yeah.
And you're right, they did actually show a cutscene for like revealing one of them. They showed one for Galleon. Galleon had kind of like a sort of like a cutscene escalate. It was like 2 seconds, but it definitely looked like a cutscene for revealing Galleon.
Yeah.
That didn't seem like trailer footage. That seemed like a cutscene.
I'm very interested in bosses. That's the one thing I would like to avoid from looking at leaks, but I mean, I'm digging my own grave there.
Yeah.
But I mean, I want to see the fucking bosses and
Yeah, if more are coming back from Brawl, or
I doubt the entirety of like people's what is it? Their classic modes is gonna get spoiled. That probably won't happen.
Yeah, I was watching your Melee playthrough when you had Shippage on. I was like, it was very like interesting to hear him talking about like all the stuff with Melee, like even before he started doing like machinima stuff, but just like him wanting to discover every inch of Melee is just. Damn.
I know how that is. It's definitely what I did with Brawl.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about the first day with this game, first day getting it. I vaguely have gone over it in like different parts, but like, all right, so. After school, Dad's driving me. Pick up the pre-order. Dude behind the counters, I think I brought up online, or maybe he did. He's like excited about online play, and like, yeah. Guy behind the counter tells me he was online for several hours last night. He was up all night trying to get a match and never got one.
Jeez.
As we remember,
because nobody was playing at that point.
No, there were people playing. The online just never worked for Brawl,
well, yeah,
really.
It's Brawl online, so
yeah.
like honestly, like if you're not playing with your friends, you're not playing with anybody.
Yeah, it was pretty. And then on the car ride home, looking at that manual, that game has Brawl has a massive manual.
Yeah, it's a thick manual.
Yeah, I think it had everything with like the features of unlockable characters as well.
I know if the case with my Melee game isn't the same case that my Brawl disc came in. Because I remember when I worked at GameStop, people would try to bring it, before they took in like older games, people would bring in older games to try to trade in. And if, you know, like at one point they were just, like, I'd look through the games because like I collect old games, so I could want to buy some from them at some point. I saw the Melee there, I opened it up, they didn't have the game in it. And the guy who brought it in was like, "Oh, can you throw that case away for me?" And I'm like, "Sure." Because I didn't, because I don't know what happened to the case for my Melee, but it was gone. What was in that manual? It was in 2 languages. First off, the Brawl manual.
Yeah.
And it also had like information on all the characters, the non-unlockable characters plus Snake and Sonic.
Yeah.
That was sort of like that was the
entire movesets.
Yeah.
Hey,
and like, you know how to
Nick.
do it and whatnot.
Yeah.
That was the Brawl was the Smash Bros game that sort of was like the sky's the limit in terms of like what could be done with characters. It was ridiculous. Because like the second like Snake was revealed, that was like the gold rush of people faking character select screens.
Yeah.
Because if you notice in Smash 4, people didn't really do that nearly as much as they did with Brawl.
With Smash 4? I don't know. Ultimate,
Maybe.
Yeah. Because there was less of an idea of what it, oh my god, what it looked like until 3DS came out, and then Ultimate was pretty soon.
Well, on top of that, like when you know, like there was also like that initial hype of just having third-party characters be in the game, you know. But the only predecessor to that was Melee, where you know they didn't have any sort of and my brain is going to mush right now, but they didn't really have any sort of like precedent for anybody outside of Nintendo characters. And even like the rumors of Sonic and Tails were like, it was weird because the Dreamcast was still a thing then. It was dying, but it was still a thing then. So even like the concept of having Sonic and Tails in Melee was such a foreign thing. I feel like not a lot of people really believed that. I did. I believed it.
Yeah, we believed it because we looked at cheat sites, but we didn't really like think about it. Plus, we were there were already we didn't think of like Sonic as much of a Nintendo competitor really. We did have both consoles, not a Dreamcast, the one before it.
Saturn?
Yeah, we had a Saturn.
That's true. The landscape of like the internet had changed between Brawl and Smash 4 as well, so it was harder to fake things. It didn't stop people from trying though. Looking at you, Rayman leak.
Yeah, and the Grinch leak.
I looked at that thing for the Grinch leak. I think that was just like maybe like was it? So like, was it like I don't exactly remember what it was. Was it a banner with like a green like? It was like a blurry picture of a banner with like a green like furry thing on it, or was it a? Was it
No.
a silhouette?
No. The Grinch wasn't in it. The Grinch was, oh man, there's a lot of lore, and that's why it's so good. It didn't like, actually feature the Grinch, though.
The lore of the Grinch
Yes,
leak.
it's massive. I did a whole video on it. I tried to be concise, but the video is 30 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
The lore of the Grinch leak is really expansive. I don't know how to sum it up. Someone faked working at a print company. The print company was working on materials for Nintendo Press and for Illumination for the Grinch movie. So they made it seem like they were also working on Grinch materials at the same time just to make the image look more believable.
I see. So the guy did work at the company, but he didn't.
We don't know.
Oh.
We don't know because under legal threats from the printing company, they can't unveil who they were.
That's
from
funny.
a printing company they don't currently work at. It's deep.
So that must have been revealed at one point then, what the printing company was, though. If the printing company got wind of it to try and like screw them over.
They were definitely contacted about it, and they were the wrong company too because the name on it was a Snapchat picture, and on the Snapchat picture the name is blacked out, but somehow people could still read the name. And after they saw the name, they looked up his LinkedIn. He has 2 LinkedIns, one with one account, one is linked to one printing company, and the other one is linked to another one. What most likely happened is he forgot his password and he got locked out of his first LinkedIn.
I was gonna say, like, maybe it was just stupid and actually, like, one of them was his real LinkedIn account, the other one was the fake one with the printing company.
So, like, no, people called and confirmed he still worked there, like who the person was. The person in the Snapchat name was a 50-year-old dude. 50-year-old French dude.
Jesus.
Would have been in his 50s, but yeah, there's nice tripping. There's a lot to it.
So it might have been like identity theft as well.
Yes, yeah. A lot of potential legal repercussions, so we'll never know who made that leak.
I think some of my favorite things are the from I guess like leaks and whatnot are the ones from like really old forum posts and like 4chan threads where it's like they predict exactly what's gonna happen like months in advance.
Yeah. I don't know if I got Kirby.
I'm excited to play what's his name? I keep wanting to say Torracat, but the Incineroar.
Incineroar.
I'm so happy to be playing that. I can't wait to play that character. It looks like it's gonna be so funny to play him.
Yeah, he looks awesome. They did a great job with him.
The main thing that got me was that like I had an Incineroar when I did one of my Let's Plays of Pokemon, but I was like I don't really want to use the starters in for this one because everybody sort of uses their starter in Let's Play of Pokemon. So just toss it to the side. Didn't really think much about it. And then I saw the gameplay for Smash Bros. Like I kind of wish I kept him. I like the thing that got me the most was the ropes appearing that he could throw people against.
Yeah. It's a side B. It's so awesome. Whoops.
WrestleCat looks fun. I like the I don't know. I think this might have been a Tumblr post that you reblogged, but it was the one about it was the one about oh, I'm losing my mind here. It was the one about like oh shoot, which one was it? It was oh yeah, it was the one where it's like if you are like hating on Incineroar, he's a heal Pokemon, so that's exactly what he wants.
Yeah. I was not like excited at the concept of it, but they did him justice. He's really just a grappler. It's really awesome.
Kind of interesting how each one of those starters sort of relates back to entertainers in some way. Like the Decidueye kind of makes me think of like a Robin Hood-esque character who was, well, not necessarily an entertainer off the bat. Like I'm thinking of like Disney's Robin Hood during the archery contest when he split the arrow in two.
Mm-hmm.
If you steal my main Incineroar from me, I'll cancel Smash Fighter. Good lord. Those were dark times.
Where were you when Brawl came out?
I was in Dayton, Ohio, looking at a college. I got back 2 days later, and the first thing my family and I did when we got back was they took me to a birthday dinner because Brawl came out on my birthday.
Huh.
And they got me the game for my birthday.
Neat.
And I had school the next morning, but that didn't stop me from playing it.
Yeah. Was up late. I was up like 10 hours and completed most of Subspace in that time. I probably stopped at the beginning of the Great Maze.
I had a similar mindset to what I do now when it came to that game, in terms of like unlocking the characters. Because after I saw that Subspace was unlocking characters, like whoa, there's probably other ways to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do it that way.
But there were still characters that kept it from you. With those three.
I don't remember when I wanted to start making Smash Fighter, but Ship picked a great time to start doing Smash Tasm. Mm-hmm. Mainly because good lord. Mainly because like it was right around the time of Brawl hype.
Uh-huh.
So like people were looking for Smash stuff and they saw Smash Tasm, and it's like it's not like, and like I think like he might have not he might have said it himself, I don't remember, but it's like he definitely wasn't the first person to do Smash Machinima, but like he did it really well.
Yeah, he did.
And like for a long time,
he understood. He was one of the few people that went into it understanding cinematography and stuff.
Yes.
Good pacing.
I'd argue to say that he definitely had like the most popular Smash Bros. Machinima, like in the entire time that Smash Bros. Machinima were a thing.
Yeah. Millions of views, yeah.
Yep.
Gone now though because Machinima did that.
He probably still has the originals. Probably won't post them anywhere, but
yeah.
Does his old channel still have the or not his old channel, his current, his still Ship's channel? Does that still have the old Smash Tasm episodes on it?
It has like 2 or 3 episodes on it.
Wow. That's unfortunate because those are really good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, those were his choice.
Yeah. No, I can dig that.
Yeah, I would delete my channel, my older channel, if I could. I wish YouTube would have another channel purge like they did many moons ago.
Yeah.
That channel has been active for so long that it would just get shut down.
I don't know if they would do that though, because it has videos on it. I think they would only shut down ones channels that would be inactive that don't have videos on them. I don't know. Like I've got the old episodes of Smash Fighter uploaded to like an alternate channel because that was when I was trying to get back when before there were like before every MCN and their grandmother was doing partnerships. They just had the directors program at Machinima. So they so like when they started introducing partnerships, so I could just post the stuff on my own channel and not have to go through, their content. They're not really their content ID stuff, but like their sort of like wall of like what quality was and whatnot. When that came around, I was like, cool, I'll go for that. And I deleted all the old episodes of Smash Fighter because there was a lot of copyrighted material in them. Because each of the intros was like a different anime intro back when I did it. And so yeah, those are all on an alternate channel. I kind of wish that like I don't know, figured out like the sort of like the Wayback Machine a little bit in terms like that, where it's like if you could like register a website at its current date, then I'd be able to like see some of that stuff. Because I wouldn't mind going back to those old videos and seeing the comments.
That's true, yeah, that'd be something to see. For a little bit.
Yeah.
Circle.
Because I remember, because I posted the first episode of because the only reason I'm in this game to begin with is because of shippage. Because I was looking up Smash Bros. Brawl stuff. I found Smash Tasm on like several occasions, and I'm like, that's probably got nothing to do with Brawl, so I don't want to watch it. And then like eventually I was just like, fine, I'll watch it, whatever. And I was like, this is really good. And
yeah,
then
it was
like,
definitely shit for me too.
Yeah, and I was
not into Smash in general, but into Machinima.
Yeah, like honestly, like the whole YouTube scene. Like I would not be at the point where I am now if not for shippage.
Yeah.
He's a cool dude.
Absolutely. Jeez.
I like how that one birthed one of them just into the abyss. I don't know what those enemies are called. They're just Voltorbs. That's really all they are.
Vif, flesh, something. It says in the corner. Fayesh.
Oh, and oh, not the fish, not the fish, is the Voltorb looking ones.
Oh.
The Pokeball ones.
Yeah, no idea.
Man.
Did you read about Sakurai's interview he did with Game Informer?
Yeah, where it's like he's pretty much just like, oh yeah, they're never gonna be happy no matter what.
Right. Says that. He
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah. It's really unfortunate too. Because yeah, there was a lot of love put into the game and then just people write it off.
Yep. Well, it's not what I want, so it's bad.
Yeah. And it is what some people wanted, but not what they wanted to hear at the end. Like, just the timing of announcements got people to be upset about it.
I don't think it's even the timing. I think it more has to do with the fact that like people will set this standard by looking up rumors and creating rumors and whatnot. And then get disappointed when the stuff that's fabricated by them isn't real.
Yeah, that was, yeah. Oh man, a lot of people in denial, yeah. No, yeah, that was a big part of it. Because people really wanted the whole Grinch thing to be real.
Why?
It was way too outlandish. Very silly of him.
So dumb.
He talked about the... It's been like almost a confusing thing what they've meant by... Is this game started from scratch, or is this game using the same engine as Wii U? Which subsequently, it's been using the same engine since Brawl.
Yeah, they've just been like tweaking the physics in it, pretty much.
When he and in the interview, he talks about his team starting from scratch. So I think whenever anything has been said about Smash starting from scratch, it's been implied not the game itself. It's been implied the team making it.
Yeah.
Because the team that's making Smash Ultimate is the same team that made Smash Wii U. And what's also interesting about that is, it's when we first knew about Smash because remember the one guy put on his LinkedIn profile worked at Bandai Namco Smash Switch rendering.
Yeah.
And that's how we knew that this game existed.
Yep. I want to meet the people who are looking at like random LinkedIn accounts to try and fish for Smash information.
So like, and one of the biggest things about Smash Ultimate, or from Wii U to Ultimate, is definitely how it renders. As like learning Maya, I can be a little more fundamental, speak more clearly about this than probably the game, but it's really clear. Rendering, when you're talking about it, especially in a 3D engine sense, you're talking about how it handles, how lighting is perceived, how shadows and shaders are perceived, and texture quality, how meshes look, the differences in glossiness and materials. That is all that has to do with rendering. That's what rendering is fundamentally defined as.
Right.
And one of the... Like, even if it was, the same engine, we're clearly seeing in Smash Ultimate, the rendering is far superior to Wii U.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a little...
well, on top of that, like, they've probably learned, they've definitely learned the engine better. The Wii U was, by I guess today's hardware concepts, the Wii U was a little bit underpowered. Mm-hmm. And like, I don't know, I can't really understand like how powerful the Switch actually is just looking at it as because it's a tablet. It's all of the hardware is compressed into this tiny tablet, and it's somehow like incredibly powerful.
And the dock is just supplying it power since it doesn't have to worry about battery life.
Yep.
Like the dock doesn't like efficiently seem like it does that much. Oh man, I was gonna say something else about it.
You're talking about rendering, like things like materials and whatnot, and like I'm assuming you mean like you were talking about like in terms of active rendering, like the hardware and whatnot, being able to keep up with that kind of stuff, and also the fact that they've learned the engine better and probably come up with tricks to make it look better without it actually being better,
And what shows about like probably why people, aside from that, well, why people see a bigger comparison between this one and Ultimate is these are the first 2 Smash games to have the same development team.
Yep.
Melee, 64, Brawl, all had different development teams entirely. Wii U and Ultimate are the only ones that are consistent, so it makes sense that not just that they reuse the same assets again, because they have always done that, because why would you remodel, retexture, re-rig every single character from scratch every time? That is realistically a massive waste of time to do that. And it's not just Smash that does that. A lot of everything you play that has sequels does that. Everything. There is no reason to remodel things that you've already remodeled. Just touch them up. The Pokemon models that are used in Smash Wii U to Ultimate are from the later 3DS, 3D ones.
They're from the X and Y games.
Yeah, that's where those models literally come from. Why would they just remodel them from scratch? That would be really weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, that maybe have to do with it because they are the same team, so they would work similarly in a lot of ways.
Well, like from a traditional standpoint, I'm kind of upset that they're doing away with trophies. But like at the same time, like I can understand like it being like trying to model a bunch of different trophies at that setting. It also takes up a bunch of space to have like a ton of different models in there for just for viewing purposes.
Though the file size of Ultimate's really impressive. You know what it is?
What is it?
Just 13 gigabytes.
Jesus!
It's smaller than Wii U. Wii U was 16.
Good lord.
Before DLC.
After DLC, Wii U was terrible at starting up.
Yeah.
Every time I go to launch that game, I'm always like, did it work? Did it crash? Hello?
Like Brawl, when you have everyone unlocked, it does the same thing.
I couldn't really tell for a little while with that because I had to send in my Wii to get fixed after a while.
When did the Pokemon games ditch the concept of a third sister game after Gen 4? Probably money.
Yeah, I can imagine A being for money. It was also probably due to interest. There probably were plans for a Z though, because they had a bunch of different concepts going into having a Z Pokemon.
Yeah, definitely.
The other thing as well is that in Generation 5, the companion third game, quote unquote, was Black and White 2, which was a direct sequel in the same region as Black and White.
Nintendo told Game Freak? I gotta stop right there. I don't think Nintendo tells Game Freak much of anything.
Yeah, no, the Pokemon company is their own, independent thing.
Yeah.
Nintendo really doesn't have much say in what goes into Pokemon titles at this point.
They don't have a say over what... Nintendo or Sakurai have less of a say of the Pokemon characters in Smash than Game Freak. Game Freak has makes a lot of those choices. That's why there's no shiny colors in Smash.
Yep. The closest we get, there is a black Charizard, but that's not exactly shiny colors.
Yeah. But yeah, Ultimate looks... I was saying, when they first showed the game, it did look rough. And it was interesting for them to even show the game how it was looking, because some of the stages they were showing in Ultimate looked really rough when they were first announcing it. Especially like Battlefield. I can't believe they let Mario look like that when he first shows up. He doesn't look good.
Well, I remember in as well,
but the game looks amazing now.
Well, if you look at some of the lighting in it as well, some of the stages, the shadows are very pixelated, and other ones they look more smooth.
But the game looks so gorgeous now.
Yeah, that was clearly beta footage they were showing earlier, maybe even alpha footage.
Yeah. But I mean, that's how the game was in the demo.
Also, technically, Game Freak is technically a third-party company. It's just it's just that Nintendo has such a stake in Pokemon that they own part of the rights to it. Which is why Game Freak was able to put out. They put out a Steam game recently, I think. I forgot what it was called. Incineroar has a shiny?
I think it's moderately different. I don't actually think it is Incineroar's exact shiny. But I could be wrong.
Giga Wrecker was the game they put out for on Steam, Game Freak.
Let's see.
I forgot what I want to try, what is it? Vector Man? Is that the other Game Freak product that they made for Sega?
I don't entirely remember.
It was like a platformer. I want to try that game out at some point.
Is Nintendo publishing that other game they showed off, the Village one?
Not Vector Man. What?
Is Nintendo publishing the game Game Freak is making on Switch? The Village one?
I don't think so.
It's a big one.
It's not Pulse Man, thank you. It wasn't Vector Man, it was Pulse Man. I always get those two confused.
I was watching Game Explain. Well, a lot of press has like footage up too now, but
yeah,
Game Explain has footage on Meta Knight stage, the Brawl one.
Oh, Halberd.
Yeah, Halberd. Oh my God, it's gorgeous.
It looks so much better than it did Brawl, I bet.
Yeah, I have a Brawl tier list of stages, and I can say that I don't like a lot of many of Brawl stages because of how they look, but I definitely prefer them in Ultimate just because they look way better.
Wasn't Halberd tournament legal for a while?
Yeah.
It's really weird considering it as stage hazards.
Yeah. It was something about like how what would be the word? They didn't happen often.
Like the match would be over before they got there, or
I mean, it would still like the time there's walk-offs, there's only like a couple seconds of that in the beginning.
Ah.
But I mean, and the hazards were just a small part of it.
I'm really interested to see like what stages they bring back that like could be tournament legal without the addition of having to turn stage hazards off.
Let's not talk stage legality in Ultimate. It is. We can talk about it in a year when they sort it out. It's a goddamn mess right now.
I mean, they just try to go off of like what they see in trailers and whatnot.
We have from like events in some countries, we know what all of the stages are like without hazards off now. Most of them. I think it is all of them. We know what all the stages are like without hazards off.
Yeah.
Or with hazards off. But it's a mess. It's a messy conversation.
They changed some of the They must have updated some of the victory themes for some of the characters, right?
Oh yeah, they did. Corrin has a new one.
I can't imagine ooh, that's good. I can't imagine like the Mii fighters though having the Smash 4 theme as their victory theme anymore.
What do you think it'll be?
Maybe like a play on Lifelight, like the ending part of Lifelight, just sort of done in a fanfare sort of esque sense.
Yeah.
You know, kind of thing.
Bro,
I think the thing that surprised me most was Lifelight having English lyrics.
Yeah, well, Odyssey did too. Odyssey's music. It makes sense.
I'm just thinking like going into it, like it just sounds like that's the Smash theme, and I was like, when it first came out, I was supremely underwhelmed with Smash Ultimate's like main theme, and then it got lyrics, and it's like, okay, this is much better with the addition of lyrics.
Oh, you just mean like that it's not Latin, or like how Brawls is Latin.
Here's the thing: if it's vocals and I don't understand it, it just blends in as another instrument to me.
Mm-hmm. I get that. I was thinking you meant they localize the song.
Part of that is that's part of it. It's mostly the fact that it has like discernible lyrics.
They're definitely like they definitely want to be more localized with this game and cut as much like what is Japanese, translate it.
Yeah.
And everything is except Cloud.
Yeah, I think Square probably has the final say on that.
They don't want him to do anything. You hear everything with Cloud? There's no Final Fantasy spirits. There's only 2 Final Fantasy songs. Cloud. That's it.
Yeah.
Cloud and Japanese wouldn't let him. He was supposedly harder, one of the hardest characters to get back, harder than Snake.
Well,
And then he was late, and he was late to it as well.
I think part of that as well is that they don't want to, they don't want him to, they basically don't want it to be like a testament to like that they're still making a Final Fantasy remake, you know?
That'd be a really petty reason.
I think that's their reason though. I honestly think that's their reason.
That would be really stupid from a company standpoint.
Because
Be
like,
a very dated reason.
well, like, because like, well, here's the thing. They're apparently they're making the remake, but it's kind of hard to tell because like they said like, oh, it'll be out like in 2022 or something like that, and that's part 1 of Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yeah, there's no word
They
on
probably just don't
release
want to.
date.
They probably just don't want to draw attention to the fact that it's going to be so late because that's what's been pissing off a lot of fans of Final Fantasy VII.
There is no dates about it. It's just Nomura is finishing Kingdom Hearts, and that's where he's at right now, and not working on Final Fantasy remake. No, that would.
I think he is working on Final Fantasy now because Kingdom Hearts went gold.
He did put a statement out. I'm not sure if he said that or DLC. I forget what the statement Nomura put out on Kingdom Hearts having DLC. I forget what it was. Game's massive though.
Yeah. What was it? It was I'm surprised it was able to fit on 3 CD-ROMs. Although they did a lot of tricks to sort of like get around the.
Oh, I meant Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, I was talking about Final Fantasy VII. Oh man, I'm so ready for that trilogy to be done.
They got away with a lot of it since it was just JPEG images for backgrounds, but now they have to. So they could be as detailed as they wanted because it was just an image. Now they have to actually render all of it.
Yep.
And that's a much taller order than many people can imagine. Just Midgar alone, if they wanted to recreate the amount of detail, would be a massive undertaking in
I mean,
itself.
part 1's probably just going to be Midgar.
Yeah,
if
probably,
they end up doing
yeah.
it episodically.
Yeah, and it would just end on leaving Midgar, and it'd probably be... Midgar would be expanded to at least be an entire game of itself.
Yep. And since, like...
Announcement. Severely doubt it, but...
Well, here's the thing. They've mentioned in interviews about Kingdom Hearts that would be sort of the end of, like, the Xehanort trilogy kind of thing. So
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts still has legs for later games. Like, will Sora be in them? Will Donald and Goofy? Who knows?
Yeah. If they can get a reboot where you don't have to play the other ones to get it, that'd be pretty crazy.
They reboot the franchise just to make the story make sense.
Yeah. Oops.
In retrospect, I really do think that the game should have just stayed at Kingdom Hearts 1. And it's
2
more
was
from a
better.
story. It was what?
But I like 2 better.
Oh, no, like, in terms of what exactly?
Definitely gameplay.
There we go. That's, yeah, no.
Yeah, so you're talking about story.
I'm talking about story-wise.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
I think, like,
Yeah.
give me Kingdom Hearts 1 with Kingdom Hearts 2 controls, and that's the only game that you'd need.
Yeah.
And my reasoning for that is because part of Disney is magic, you know?
Mhm.
And what's the worst thing you can do to something that's magical? Explain it.
Yeah. I get that.
And that's basically what every Kingdom Hearts after the first one has been, is just explaining the nature of the world.
Yeah,
And
I
doing
get
it
that.
poorly as well and trying to retcon everything.
No, I don't think Nomura gets that.
No,
But
not at all.
then it'd be what it'd be.
After we die, Kingdom Hearts will still carry on.
Yeah. The,
Kingdom Hearts 4, Jafar needs new glasses.
No, it's such a big shame with Final Fantasy, and when when Castlevania gets so much music, but Final Fantasy literally can't for whatever reason. And I've heard many people talk about copyright, and that's a really confusing one to me.
Because Square Enix owns all of the copyright.
because apparently they don't, but I mean, my issue with believing that in the first place is that they've re-released the music before.
Yep.
Final Fantasy VII's getting re-released on Switch. It's getting Final Fantasy VII, most of its music is in Final Fantasy 15. So why is it it can't be like a rights issue. It must be whoever Omnio just said spelled out.
Nobuo Uematsu?
If he owns it and literally is saying, no, you can't put it in Smash, that's what it would have to be.
Yeah. I still think it's like I'm still convinced it's more like a boardroom decision that they're just like, we don't want to draw attention to Final Fantasy VII right now.
I don't know.
Because of the remakes.
Then why are they re-releasing it on Switch?
Money.
Yeah, well, they can't get money for Smash since Cloud isn't DLC.
Yep. Let's look at licensing fees and whatnot.
Okay, I know where to go. I know where I can go, rather. Just put Negan in Smash already? Yeah, you're right.
Who's Negan?
From Walking Dead. He's gonna be in Tekken, right?
Oh, he's in Tekken, that's right. Tekken has been a really weird animal recently.
How so?
Well, they've got, what is it? They got Noctis, they're getting Negan. Don't they have any, another like weird third-party character in there too?
Akuma's in there.
Let's see.
I'm blanking on it. Geese Howard.
Geese,
Who's not too
okay.
weird.
Yeah,
they
that's
play
not weird,
weird because they play like their original games.
And we all know how that went with Bayonetta.
Yeah.
I remember I was watching something like where it's like, oh, the reaction from like the Nintendo store in New York for the Smash stuff, and when Bayonetta came on the screen, it was just boos.
You fund the rest of FF7 remake through Smash cameos. If Square, what is it? Yeah, I remember in Square's financial report, they said that by canceling the rest of Final Fantasy 15's DLC, they lost like $3 million, but are expecting to make it back early 2019. So Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yep. God.
So Kingdom Hearts 3 will pay off Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
Well, they're hoping. Because you gotta remember, by the time Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, probably a lot of people that have severely moved on from Kingdom Hearts.
Oh man, if... I understand, like... So the director of Final Fantasy 15 left Square, but the development studio that he left that uses the same engine for 15, they're still around and working on a new AAA title. People would be very upset if the game they were working on was Final Fantasy 7 Remake or 15. Or Final Fantasy 16.
So, what if it turned out to be like, instead of making it DLC, they made the last two DLCs a standalone game?
They did that with Final Fantasy 13 and people fucking hated it. They did that with Final Fantasy 10 and people hated it. So they're like, let's not do that. We did DLC, everyone hates it.
People really hate the Final Fantasy 15 DLC?
People hate that they were making more of it.
Oh.
And like, you know, people... It's a simple story, but it was missing some plot holes that never got filled, I guess. Yeah, and exactly. Were people waiting for them to finish the DLC before getting it, and then Royal Edition comes out, which sounds like, yeah, that'll probably be the final version. And then they announce more DLC after Royal Edition.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Where did
That's
I
why
just
people
go?
would be pissed off about it. God. Final Fantasy 7-2 confirmed. That's basically what the entirety of Final Fantasy 7 Remake's gonna be.
That's Sturgis Cerberus.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of weird because when you're continuing a plot of a game but severely change the gameplay elements of it, does it still count as a direct sequel? That'd be more like a spin-off.
Trying to think of an example of that. It exists.
Yeah, no, I know. I can think of that too. Final Fantasy X-2 is kind of like that because it doesn't use a different battle system than 10 did?
I'm pretty sure 10 and 13-2s and Lightning Returns all did. If not, they at least refined them.
I still wish it was called Lightning Strikes Back.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell, like, the opinions of them, because Final Fantasy fans are insanely polarized. So I could hear Final Fantasy 13-2 fixed all the problems of Final Fantasy 13's gameplay, and then hear the opposite from everyone else. And then watching Popcron play it, I can't agree. Now, if that was the case, he might have finished the playthrough, but I don't blame him. Where am I going?
Use your map. Final Fantasy 7-2 was straight up inserting disc 2. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well, but we did get Dirge of Cerberus. And the movie.
Yeah. And the PSP game.
And the PSP game.
Crisis Core?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was that about the guys in the suits?
More or less, yeah.
No, that was the cell phone game. That was about the guys in the suits, I think. Which one was Crisis Core?
I believe Crisis Core was a prequel.
Oh, it was about Zack.
Yeah, where you play as Zack.
That's right. There was a cell
Hence
phone game
prequel.
for Final Fantasy VII as well. There was a prequel, or there's a phone game for Final Fantasy VII as well, where you played as the guys in the suits. But it was like before smartphones, so it was like a flip phone game.
I forget what their organization's called.
Yeah.
But they were really slept-on character relief. Comic relief. I would love the exposition they could get if they were brought back in the remake. I mean, they will be brought back, but what they can do with them. Where the fuck am I?
You gotta remember that, how boardroom minds work. It's, you gotta, if it sells well, then you have to milk the hell out of it until people hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if it ruins the source material, as long as you're making money.
No, I don't. I love Final Fantasy 15, and I don't mind it. I wanted more of it.
I haven't played it yet.
And especially with the characters, you just want to see more interactions with them, because they're the 4 friends are so alive. They're, like, the dynamic relationship that they share, and especially, like, you know, just how their AI works is still pretty unparalleled.
The only thing I know about that game is one of them coming up with a new recipe every now and again. That's all I know about Final Fantasy 15. And the flying car.
Yeah.
And fuckable Sid.
Yeah. Okay, I see where I am now. I'll save while I'm here. I saved like 2 minutes ago. Okay.
By the way, everyone coming from watching who came here from my tweet on Twitter, be sure to follow Go to Bedcast. You guys stream every day, or do you have off days?
It's Monday through Friday, yeah.
Monday through Friday. With a
10
different
p.m.
cast
every time.
Member, with a different cast member every time.
Yeah, I'm doing, until Ultimate release, doing Smash Thursdays and Fridays. I think on one of these Saturdays, we're gonna stream that Sonic racing game. That's a Doom mod.
Oh, okay.
Sonic Robo something.
Yeah.
It looks really awesome. Whatever
John
it is.
linked that in the Derp Crew chat.
It looks really good. So I wanted to get us together to play that. Apparently,
it's insane.
It, like, the project for it started like 10 years ago. And, like, the finalized version was, like, worked on, like, a few years ago.
Huh.
Sonic R? No, Sonic Roboblast 2 Kart. Yeah, Sonic Roboblast 2 Kart. That's what it's called. Whoa, Bowser's fast.
Sonic Drift.
There's so much material that you need to consume before the story. Yeah, that's something to it. Because and with it, it's an interesting situation, because those came before the game. The movie, which was only really good for the exhibition. The anime, which was not too long, like a half-hour long total.
Exposition?
What did I say? Exhibition?
Exhibition, yeah.
Yeah, exposition. Whoopsie. And then the other one, what did you say?
There's the anime and the movie.
Oh, there was a third one, I thought.
I thought it was just the anime and the movie.
Maybe it just is.
There's a music video which shows them all in a boy band. That's the third one.
No, it was supposed to be a musical. Let me do it. It was supposed to be a musical.
Final Fantasy, the musical.
Because Nomura saw a music
waiting
video.
For the fire to go down?
Yeah, that's what Nomura saw a musical, and he's like, I want to make a musical. And then Nomura scrapped the project because he didn't care about it.
Jeez.
And there was no like progress he was making at all. Final Fantasy 15 under Nomura was just a trailer. That's it. Ideas, scrapped ideas. He saw Les Mis. Yeah, he saw Les Mis, so he wanted to make Final Fantasy a musical.
Jeez. Did that come out at all in the writing for Final Fantasy 15?
No, there's no musicals.
Okay. No, I mean like not the musical part, but like the story of Les Mis.
I don't think so.
Scrapped ideas. I don't know where you got IDs from.
I probably...
Contextually, because ID does sound like ideas. I remember when we used to play this online, Cheat would use DDD a lot, and kick our asses because he could chain grab with them.
Just the heavy characters, yeah.
Yeah, he was good with the heavy characters.
Yeah. I am small.
You're Pichu.
It even sounded like it.
They probably, for Cloud, they must have just reused them. Oh, I wonder how many voice clips they actually reused from previous Smash games.
Snake has a unused Brawl clip.
As one of his current clips for Ultimate.
Music.
I wonder if they would have. His Final Smash is different in this one, right?
Whose?
Snake's. It's no longer the grenade launcher because they want to keep them to be like
different.
5 seconds of invincibility and a large attack.
Yeah. How does Cheat even play this? His Talons will destroy the controller, yeah?
He's an owl.
And we still can't beat him.
I remember at Kineticon one time I saw I think it was his after Smash 4. I can't remember if it was before or after Smash 4 was out, but I saw a guy who had no arms playing Smash with his feet, and he was winning.
Interesting.
God, the name of that enemy, like the ones like the balls with like the lightning coming out of them, Jick. I swear to God, that's like, it sounds like a racial slur. I've thought that for years.
I can see that. Oh man, I shielded that. That was a terrible idea. I love when, like, for boss fights, it seems like Mr. Saturn spawn a lot. But, like, bosses don't shield.
Right when you said that, I saw Fawkes shield.
I mean bosses, like, the big ones with
the big
bars.
boss fights. Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to go this... Well, yes, I did. The name for the subspace enemy is probably Sakurai. He has, for a project, he probably, and also for like, you know, what the project was, he has more creative freedom with these games than you would think.
Yeah.
Granted, he does thank development team. But it was like, that was part of the interview. He was talking about how, I think, scenario for World of Light was his plan. Actually, it was someone traced it back to when in an Iwata Asks, he was talking about initial plans for Subspace, and the World of Light seems to be one of the first ideas that he had for Subspace originally.
Huh.
Where there's one character left and everyone's obliterated.
I mean, that kind of carried over, didn't it? I mean, it wasn't one character left, but like in Brawl, there was a moment where every character was wiped out and like a couple of them came back.
Yeah. So it was definitely still there, and then more or less, and more now you can just say it's a It's the theme.
Can I just say how funny I think it is that how biased Sakurai is with the Kirby characters?
Yeah. They have to. I mean, I was thinking like, you know, I know why Kirby has to be re-recorded every time, but it's really funny every time.
Why does Kirby have to be re-recorded every time?
Because new characters. So he's got to say the lines for the hats.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, how many characters
hats.
do we have? Pretty close to done, I think.
I think you are. I see like 1 or 2
Whoops.
more rooms on here that you haven't been to. 3. I see 3 dots on there that haven't been explored yet.
Kirby being biased. Yeah, so is, unfortunately, the, what is it? I'll talk about it later. Oh, I can't go through that? Nice.
Like how like when the World of Light trailer premiered, everyone was like, how did the Hylian shield block the light initially, but Palutena's godly shield couldn't do it?
Different gods.
Yeah. I'm just sitting here like, dude, calm down.
Oh, I was here. Did I? Okay, so...
Castlevania tracks the editor incredible.
I need to get back. I need to get back to a warp room to see who's left, or I need to get back to the middle.
The middle, yeah.
Sakurai has a soft spot for Luigi. I can believe it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm trying to think. Are there any like, aside from King K. Rool, are there any non-Japanese made characters in Smash Brothers as playable characters?
Like Western designed ones?
Yes.
Dark Samus.
I guess that is true. Yeah.
Yeah. Feels kind of like a technicality, but it's true.
Yeah.
This way. Actually, I can go to a warp
I guess another caveat to that would be completely original as well, since Dark Samus is just a clone of Samus. Oh, Diddy. Yeah. Diddy's been in Smash Bros. For a while, and that was a take on Donkey Kong Jr. by Rare, and ended up being made into a new character. Technically DK because it's the modern Rare design of Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah, we did skip a room around here. This one.
The World of Light trailer where what's her name? Wii Fit Trainer does the yoga pose because she has iframes in that attack.
Yeah. It's really funny.
I like the Brawl though. Like just thinking about like how little, you know, compared to how much Ship knew about film going into making Smash TASM versus how much I knew going into making Smash Fighter.
Hmm.
You know, comparably, I knew nothing.
Yeah.
So that was very interesting.
It's okay to like look at what he did and learn from it.
Oh yeah, definitely. But like, I definitely made I mean like, you know, I definitely made mistakes. But as like my flagship thing, like the thing that I was known on the internet for like half a decade before I started doing like Let's Plays and whatnot, and having it be the first episodes being like, oh, I have to make the characters attack and move up and down so the viewer will know which one is talking.
Yeah. I can't. I don't like thinking about those limitations anymore. But yeah,
that wasn't even a limitation. Ship didn't do that with Smash TASM. I did it with Smash Fighter because I'm like I'm not giving the viewer enough credit. And also, I didn't know cinematography, so I think part of it as well is because Ship had a much more free camera in Melee than any of us did at the beginning of Brawl.
Yeah. And he was working off codes that he made too. Everything we used was he had a gecko and did his own shit while we were waiting for things to be like public.
Oh, for Brawl. Okay, I thought you were talking about that he made the codes for Melee when he started doing Smash TASM.
No. I've been here plenty. Damn it. Well, hold on.
God.
Oh, it's a warp room. Okay, good. Try this one.
Curious how I got Kira Buckland in Smash Fighter?
That was not hard back then.
It was it was at the height of the Smash Machinima craze, and it was more of a thing of like trying to build up a you know, she wasn't a pro at that point, so she was more or less trying to build up a backlog, not a backlog, a resume.
And you could just email her and she would've... Why did that startle you, Rita? You okay? Wait. Where's Rita? Okay, well, something moved at my feet and it wasn't Rita, so I'm gonna move on. And you could just email her and she would've sent you lines.
Yeah.
That's really it. Like it, you know, just would've... That's how it was back then, especially with some of the other voice actors people know now.
Does the voice acting club still exist?
Probably. This is not the right room. I thought I heard her in this game, but I'm positive it's not actually her. Although,
no,
I don't know. I'm hearing voices.
Wait, in Brawl?
In Ultimate.
Oh, in Ultimate.
Yeah. But I'm not sure, because there's a new voice for Zelda, and there's a new voice for Leaf. So those can be people. And I don't think now it's her. That was my gut reaction, but I don't think it's her at all.
I thought the woman who the was it in My Hero Academia, the woman who comes up with like all the gadgets, I thought that was Kira Buckland at first, but it's the same woman who plays Android 21 in Dragon Ball FighterZ. Did you relaunch the site? Yeah, because it was dead for a while. Because there was the VAC and the VAA, which was the Voice Acting Alliance.
May? Definitely not her.
No, Mei Hatsume from My Hero Academia.
Hatsume, yeah.
Best girl?
Sick tech, gotta give it to myself. There was, what is it? Concern about hit stun in Smash Ultimate that started coming up today. Weird that it chose this time to come up, but misconceptions about it, and I spoke about it earlier. I was vague, and what my statement was before was that Smash Ultimate has less hit stun than Smash Wii U. What it turns out is when you're not tumbling yet, and so thus for weaker hits, mostly, unless you're at higher percents, it is the same hit stun as Smash Wii U.
Huh.
If you go tumbling, which is like you're hit by a very powerful smash attack at a high percent, your character will eventually tumble. That is lessened. Hit stun.
Really? Oh yeah. I've noticed that like visually as well, because when you get hit by something powerful, like you go flying farther and like faster, or you go flying faster than you would in normal games, but it also like it's weird. Like
people are deeming it a balloon knockback.
It feels weird because you think you're gonna get knocked out from it, but you're just gonna like it slows down like as quickly as it speeds up. So like it's bizarre.
Which isn't. Let me clarify. On hit stun is the period of time after you're hit from an attack where you can't do anything.
You can't move.
You can't. The only things you can do in later games is cancel your hit stun with
crouching,
a dodge. No, when you're in the air. But yeah, you can, and in games, oh good, we see everyone now. And in games after Smash 64, you can DI. You can't DI while in hit stun in Smash 64, but you can in the other games.
You got a long way to go there, buddy.
Looks like it. I will stay up for this because I've now got everything well planned for the schedule of this stream. So I am confident in finishing
are you
this
planning on
game
going
tonight. Till we beat it. Till we beat Subspace and unlock the 3 other characters.
Initially, how long were you planning on going for?
What do you mean?
When you started the stream, how long were you planning on going for?
How long? What I just said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How long do you usually go for when you stream?
2 hours.
Okay.
It's just that back at the beginning, when I started Brawl, I had no idea what to expect from essentially speedrunning, and I was skipping cutscenes when I started this second stream playthrough of Subspace. I was skipping cutscenes, and I think I probably shouldn't have done that. So
too late.
Yeah, so I started watching the cutscenes during last stream to essentially fill time for the stream itself.
Yeah.
But my plan is for this night to finish this on tomorrow night. I can do Smash 3DS in one night and then Smash Wii U on one night. Where am I going? And then I have a final night next Friday.
Like to unlock all the characters in one night?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that easy.
3DS and Wii. I mean, it's in 2 hours. Yeah. When you know how to do it, yeah.
I guess so. Yeah.
It's just repeating classic mode a lot, and classic mode can take like at max 10 minutes, and there's not a lot of characters to unlock, especially in Wii U.
I've done everything in Smash Wii U, except for co-op event mode.
There should be another door here. How am I gonna get to that? There should.
It's at the bottom.
You're a little behind.
What?
Unless it's this door is where I came in. No,
no. I mean on the bottom of the map. Like if you look at the map, it's the second room from the bottom, like right below you.
Oh, I see it. Okay, yes, I see it. Okay. Very bottom. Here we go. I can't go through this? Oh no. I can't go through this. I have to go all the way around.
Yep. Or teleport to the closest one near it.
Yeah. I can do that. Whoops, wrong one. What controller are you planning to use for Ultimate?
Switch Pro.
Okay. I have been actually really back and forth on it. I'm probably gonna use GameCube.
I want to buy the new Smash GameCube because I've got the Brawl one. Might as well get the or not the Brawl one, the Wii U one. Might as well get the Ultimate one.
I can't speak on like the authority of it, but for most input delay tests done on Switch games, USB wired controllers have more input delay by like a frame, at most 2 frames. So I'm hesitant on, I want to reduce lag as much as I can with Smash at least. Because I already know the monitor here I'm playing on. So wired controllers on Switch potentially have more input delay.
A single Joy-Con. On its side without the wrist strap guards. That way you have to actually hit like the tiny little buttons on the top of it.
So as far as like for Smash, optimal way would be some sort of wireless controller that does not go through a USB adapter.
Yep.
Because you're adding the USB adapter input lag on top of wireless.
So your PlayStation 4 controller isn't gonna work.
Yeah, I tested it. Like I actually like, you know, not like a test to show off or get statistics, but I filmed in slow motion with my phone, pressing the button and seeing when it activated on Switch. It's massive for this USB adapter I have.
Jeez.
And apparently even the Joy-Cons have more than like the Switch Pro. So I mean, I may just use the GameCube controller anyways, but we'll see. See how big of a deal it is.
Thinking of putting a shelf up on my wall that just like had all my controllers displayed because they take up a ton of drawer space once you
yeah, they do.
once you start getting a few of them.
And I like to prefer to like keep them in storage so then constantly plugged in. Let's go this way. Gonna use tilt controls? Fantastic. I hope there is an online message for I'm using tilt controls. Even if you can't use it.
When they initially said that there was going to be a messaging system for players that you don't know, I was like, And then they said, oh, and then they mentioned that it was pre-made messages, and I'm like, okay.
I got.
You fell down the wrong hole, eh?
It'd be awkward to use it. Yo, yeah, if you went to a local, I don't think you should use a wireless controller because interference alone probably is going to offset that lag. So if you actually go to tournaments, you probably really should stay away from wireless regardless.
Here's the thing, probably everyone and their grandma is going to be using a GameCube controller at tournaments anyway, because that's just like what people feel like using, you know, anyway.
Yeah.
And with that, it's not going to make a difference who's got more lag, because everyone's going to be used to the same thing for it.
Yeah. Like at home online. I don't plan to compete at Ultimate at all. Especially, like, I don't care what's next to me, but like, I've talked about it before and how I feel about the Smash community. And personally, I want to see, like, I want to wait for where this game will be in a year. And if the community actually sorts anything out, because there is more to sort out about this game and how it will work for, like, a rule set than any other game.
Just because, like, so there might be like multiple as well, considering, because like they made it so stamina isn't a special mode anymore. It's a standard mode.
Yeah, those would be like, you know, fun things to do. Side events definitely.
Yeah.
Same with tournaments with like meter on.
Actually, you know what? Speaking of stamina mode, I think one of my favorite things that I saw on your channel when Smash 4 was out was the Ryu was the Street Fighter thing that you
UI
did.
one, yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. I enjoyed doing that. I wish I had more ideas for things like that.
Theoretically, you could bring that one back with Ken.
Maybe. And try to the Ultimate's UI is far like more minimalistic too.
Yeah.
And,
great for machinima.
Yeah. You can turn UI off anyways.
Great for machinima.
Yeah. Do you see the replay features? They were really small. They didn't point them out.
I didn't see the replay features, but I heard you and Pierce talking about it.
Yeah.
When you were doing Melee.
So, like, you know, kids, definitely young kids, are gonna take advantage of that. It'd be cool. For them to express themselves, not to watch.
if camera mode, if there's camera mode and then special Smash and it's just as in depth as the replay function.
Oh yeah,
if
they just put it in special. We've seen special though, I think.
Have we seen all special?
I believe we've seen the menu for it. Yeah.
I can kind of see why they didn't put custom stages back in, but I really wish they did.
Yeah, kind of.
I wanted to make custom game types in this Smash Bros. Game with like all the different stuff that you could do, then like different maps and whatnot. But I guess I'm gonna have to just use the default maps that are available.
It was a really niche thing, but people still did it. I think they will bring those things back in like free updates.
That'd be neat if they did. I would love that.
Yeah, I think, and they just wanted to, you know, they had different development time priorities, but I think those kind of things will come back. You gotta teleport.
I've been playing the hell out of the Let's Go Pokemon games.
Mm-hmm.
They're
I have been.
The way I kind of see it is that it's a great introduction for new players to get into the Pokemon, but for like old veterans who have like played the original generations, it's really like a nice casual walk through memory lane, pretty much.
Basically, yeah. I have a whole video written up about how I feel about it that I'm gonna record eventually at some point.
You know what the next step in Smash Bros is for someone was talking about they'd want paid DLC costumes.
Mm-hmm.
No, the next step in Smash Bros is loot boxes.
Oh, great. I mean,
loot
Smash
boxes the size of your fist.
No, they're going with the gacha system. Gacha's way more popular in Japan.
Oh yeah.
So they got that going already.
I mean,
there we go,
technically the gacha system and the loot box system are the same thing.
Yeah, basically. To a certain extent.
Yeah, the difference
Same
being is that in the
principle.
gacha system, it's usually one at a time, whereas in the loot box system, it's multiple at a time.
No, gacha can still be multiple.
Oh.
You know, in Fire Emblem, you use multiple orbs at once, like that.
That's true, yeah.
It's basically that. And rewarding you for saving up and using a multiple at once, yeah.
Yep.
It's got that core difference to it. No random BS like that. If it's just a mechanic where there is no actual money involved, like Yakuza does that, Yakuza 6 and Kiwami 2 do that, it's really funny. It's almost in an ironic sense, or a ironic sense that Yakuza uses that. Although they are making a Yakuza game that is gacha anyways, but...
Yeah. Irony.
They use that in a game like that.
Did you see the article about like a research was done about people who play games with loot boxes are more likely to develop gambling habits?
Yeah.
It's like, wow, I couldn't have seen this coming. Well, then, at this rate, the Native Americans will be able to buy back their land in no time. That was dark, and I'm sorry.
No, you're right.
No, you were right.
Xenoblade did that. Yeah, Xenoblade did that too.
That was annoying though, because that was like part of the game.
Yeah. That's what I'm.
Like that was a big aspect of the game. If you got bad blades, you had those for a long time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that kind of did fuck over my playthrough. With characters starting out with blades that they did not mesh well with.
Mm-hmm.
That did happen. And then wasting blades in the end.
One of my friends is like really into the Xenoblade series, so like when you played Xenoblade 2, did you just have it where it's like, okay, Rex has all damage blades and Morag has all tank blades and Mia has all healing blades?
I mean, that's what I wanted. That's not what happened, but it's certainly what I wanted.
So apparently it's like far from the optimal way you should be going about that.
I forgot what the
according to my friend
way
who's like
was.
obsessed with the game because it's like you want to have at least one healing blade on each of them, and have the healer have at least one blade that isn't a healer.
I don't know. That game is, if you know what to do and the whole combo system, it's a pretty easy game.
Yeah, it took me a while to figure it out. I ignored driver combos for the longest time in that game until I figured out that it's like, wow, they're actually really good and do a ton of damage.
Yeah, I don't think Xenoblade 2, I played Xenoblade 1, I started it. The tutorial for combos was way better in Xenoblade 1. And forced you to do it. And then in 2, that's where I started. I went in blind 2. They didn't tell you it well enough, I think. And that's what led to me not using it at first. But then when you use it, it's... Yeah.
Yeah, the tutorials are significantly worse in 2 than they are in 1. Ironically, because 1 feels a lot more clunkier in its gameplay, having to rely on the AI partners.
Yeah.
So
I'm probably not gonna finish Xenoblade 1 either with its pacing or how much time it's gonna take.
Yeah. It's unfortunate because it's a really good game, but it takes it's a real slog to get from point A to point B. The side quests are like are necessary to do a lot of the stuff in it.
Yeah.
Didn't they? Oh, I was gonna ask if they like changed Mr. Game & Watch's model between like 4 and Smash Ultimate, and I was like, oh yeah, they made it so it represents more of the games.
Yeah.
From past. And then I remembered the Native American incident.
Yeah. Well, just that one is getting patched out.
Yeah.
So it's all good. Even with like, I had this conversation with Chip when we first saw Game & Watch in the Pac-Man video. I think he was telling me Game & Watch isn't coming back. I was like, but he's redesigned right there. They just redesigned him for no reason.
Oh, and during Smash 4's
Yeah, when they unveiled Pac-Man and Game & Watch was in it.
Yeah.
But then I believe the ESRB thing, so it all evens out. Or I didn't believe the ESRB leak. I did not believe it.
I can just imagine Chippish's voice saying that too, just, oh, they wouldn't bring Pac-Man back. They wouldn't bring Game & Watch back. They wouldn't bring Pac-Man, good lord.
He'd say that during the review. Chip, everyone's here. Nah, not Pac-Man.
Someone is saying that the DLC for Xenoblade 2 is better tutorials.
I heard that too.
I also changed the gameplay pretty drastically as well.
Yeah. Which I would like, after hearing that, I would like almost say to start with that, but just tell someone about the combos going into Xenoblade 2 and it'll probably work itself out.
I'm a little ashamed of how I ended up beating all the quests in Xenoblade 2's base story. Well, also including the DLC quests. Because they unveiled the hardest super boss in Xenoblade 2.
Fuck the super bosses.
Through DLC, but it's part of a quest, and in order to be able to beat the quest, you have to beat that super boss, and it's harder than any of the other super bosses in the game. So I just went to like the custom difficulty thing and just lowered it to as low as possible. Just beat the crap out of it. Everyone's here except Pac-Man. He missed the memo.
I traded in Xenoblade and was waiting for it. It initially, after finishing it, left a taste in my mouth I wanted to get away from.
Xenoblade
2, yeah. So I never...
Oh, did you beat Xenoblade 2?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
I never... What is it? It was before... It was a vanilla version of the game, so before any of those updates. I saw that those updates existed, and it was cool that that the game was getting so much support and that it sold well for what it was. That was pretty cool. It was patched in, yeah. Difficulty settings were patched in. Very expansive.
I mean, yeah. You also saw a big portion of 1 in 2.
Mm-hmm.
You probably should have played 1 for.
Yeah, well, it is what it is now.
Yeah.
I probably should be teleporting, but that's what we call fluffing the stream.
Yeah. It's padding.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with Pokemon, my Joy-Cons are starting to drift constantly. And it's very frustrating. And my original idea was, I mean, I'm gonna send them in, but I was thinking just use a different controller for Let's Go, and then you can't.
Yeah.
It really sucks. It sucks to have games that force the Joy-Cons because the Joy-Cons can have issues.
You can use either the left Joy-Con or the right Joy-Con for it.
Yeah.
And if you do it in handheld mode, you can just get rid of like the whole like tossing mechanic altogether. It's just A to throw the Pokeball. There's still gyro controls. You have to aim the screen toward the Pokemon to throw the Pokeball, but
yeah. And then even then, you can still use the right analog to do it anyway, so there's really no reason that there isn't proper controller support, other than they really want you to do it.
Yeah, that's my biggest issue with a lot of Nintendo products is the lack of choice in gameplay.
Yeah. And I like him half joking, the motion control issues I've had were comparable to Skyward Sword's issues.
Ugh.
But I mean, at the right Joy-Con, actually now that I'm using the right Joy-Con, because the left one just is constantly drifting, and calibrating doesn't fix anything or do anything.
Yeah.
So I'm using the right Joy-Con, it's working a little better.
I'm using 2 different Joy-Cons from like 2 different sets. Because on my launch Joy-Cons, the R button, while it still works, feels weird. Like, it doesn't click the same way that like a normal R button would. On the set of Joy-Cons that I bought, which were the Splatoon ones, the left analog, or the left stick, or the stick on the left Joy-Con doesn't like, if you try holding left, it won't like, in some games your character won't run left, they'll walk left if you hold it all the way that way.
Never had
so I'm using the right Joy-Con from the Splatoon set and the launch left Joy-Con.
I've already sent my Joy-Cons into Nintendo before too because of that connectivity issue.
Ugh.
Where I mean, it was nice of them, and they got it back to me in like less than a week's time. But still, it's annoying to have to do that, and I hope they will do that again because I don't know how long a warranty is. It's been more than a year now.
Is it the same Joy-Con?
I mean, the one that's sent back, yeah. It's the one they sent back.
Because usually with warranties, once you, I don't know like how if it's the same with every company, but usually when you use when you have something fixed with the warranty, then it uses up the warranty.
Yeah, that is true. So I will contact them about it and be very pissed if I can't get them replaced. Because then I can't play games that especially require them.
Yep.
And if I had known that had been an issue, I would have gotten Pokemon physical so that I could sell it. Because I cannot play it. Oh, Ridley. Hi, Ridley.
I thought you fought Ridley already.
Not Meta Ridley. The love Ridley has got in Smash Ultimate, where he's got that not Meta Ridley color, the other form of Ridley. It's really cool. Like he has one Meta Ridley, and then he has the other robotic form of Ridley.
Wow.
For a costume.
Oh, was that the one from Other M? Isn't there like a robot Ridley in Other M?
It was some sort of robot Ridley. Does the audio sound off for anyone else? Let me know. Let me know what the issue is.
This boss gave me so much trouble when I first started playing this game.
Same.
God, I'm so used to seeing the red sparks on whenever you get like hit like really far away, that it's like whenever it doesn't happen, I'm like, oh, you'll be fine.
I was gonna say, like, with the way I hadn't played Smash Wii U in a while. I played it recently to make sure like it worked and I was able to stream it. I think Ultimate kind of dates it because Wii U and Ultimate don't have like as distinctive art styles as Brawl and Wii U do, or Brawl and Melee.
Brawl and Melee. Yeah.
They have really solid art styles, but what is it? Wii U is more graphics.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think they've sort of streamlined it a little bit, and it's sort of like got to focus down to a certain style. Well, also like you said before, different companies handling it.
Yeah.
So like even though like whether or not they remodeled everything or they kept the same models, like things like lighting and you know engines can change that a lot.
Yeah. Excuse me. This way. Sound off for a sec. It was probably some lag. I found out what it is when the game will pause for a sec. It's because I'm recording separately for Shadowplay for YouTube. And that causes it. Even though Shadowplay is not writing to the hard drive that the game is on at all. It's weird, but it's livable. I'd rather have the game in a really presentable quality. Let's finish the game, by the way. Than at the stream quality.
What are you streaming at? Actually, I could go to Stats for Nerds and find out what you're streaming at.
It's like 3,000. I want to go higher, but there's playback issues because we don't have quality options anymore. Because what happens is they let a lot of people have quality options because it was a priority thing for non-partners. But now there are so many people that stream on Twitch that we just don't get it anymore.
Jeez.
So the threshold, I don't think the threshold has changed. It's just there's that many more people now streaming it.
That's another example of probably a late stage addition being Sonic, where he just comes in at the very last cutscene.
Yeah, he was. I'm pretty sure the game was delayed for Sonic.
I thought he was announced before the delay.
For one of it was delayed multiple times.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty sure one was to put Sonic in. Who do I want to? Pikachu, Kirby. Oh, I can get 2 more characters. That's a little probably overkill.
Go for Pokemon Trainer.
Bounce Pad. Bounce Pad.
Oh God. Sonic Boom is awful.
I don't like Pokemon Trainer. Does Chad have any characters? Chat, you got 2 characters.
It's a Bounce Pad.
Don't blow it.
Waiting for the first person to say Pokemon Trainer.
Don't blow this, chat.
Snake and Sonic.
You get Snake. It's good. I'm giving one person 2 characters. So we got Ike.
I thought you were saying that because you didn't want to play Sonic.
Oh, that's not good.
What? Taboo? Was that you that said that line, or was it somebody else?
Miguel. We
Miguel,
reference it though. I definitely took a little bit. I took probably like 3 tries on. Oh, jeez. Probably took like 3 tries on this boss as a kid.
Once you kind of learn the
and
pattern.
at normal difficulty, we're not on normal difficulty. We're on lower.
Yeah, you're on like easy, right?
Yeah. This is still gonna kill though. The red ring of death probably is still a 1-hit kill on easy.
Yeah.
Just like that was.
It's slower though. It's much slower on easy, which actually tripped me up when I played it one time.
Oh really?
Because
Well,
like
I
I was
feel good
expecting it to be a
about
lot
myself now.
faster, and I dodged too early.
Whew, thank God for Brawl and its auto-snapping ledges like that. That would not have happened in Melee at all.
Sadly, there's no codec conversations in Ultimate.
Oh, that was worth it.
I'm the size of Taboo! You know, that was worth it to watch, too.
Can I finish it with the knee? I finished it with the knee. Let's go.
I don't know why the big Taboo makes me laugh.
Weird character. I remember the comparisons he drew to, what was the GameCube game? Geist?
I don't
That's
know.
right, because his name didn't leak first. It was his picture from Subspace, so no one knew what he was called. So people thought he was that character from the GameCube game.
I thought it was a character from Geist. Good lord.
Yeah. Look at the front cover.
I think, like, you've got like all these different Nintendo characters, and then your final boss is some guy painted blue.
Yeah. Sakurai's OCs. Like real OCs.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what we can say about Subspace. I think it added too much. It wanted too much original stuff. And I think
like
the balance in World of Light is good so far.
I think like in World of Light, I like how it's just an army of Master Hands, despite
Yeah.
the fact that like Master Hands seem to be like an established character, you know.
Yeah.
Taboo is straight up Dr. Manhattan. He totally is.
Watch this credit segment, because I don't watch this credit segment long, and it has its own music.
Yep. And you get the translation for the song that I just sort of let drift into the background whenever I listen to it.
The credits song they used for Melee and Brawl, I think it's the same one. But when like the actual one hits, maybe it's just this one.
Is it the
It's such a hype song to have credits to.
The Brawl theme song is in Latin, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we're
By
not
many,
done yet
I
because
too-
we have to go find 3 more characters now.
I like how Elay translates to now that person.
Here they are.
It's not all of them because you missed 3 of them.
Yeah. Gotta do New Game Plus if you want the full thing.
I like how you can see the spaces where they're supposed to go.
Yeah.
It looks like
Imagine.
the Xbox logo. It really does. Like
Going right
the
to it.
original.
Yeah, this theme, this credits theme.
Let me see. Yeah. So that was it's a mix of all 3 credits themes from 64 Melee and this game.
It is, yeah. Have you
It
seen
starts off with
people that are showing that like the 3 main themes of the main themes of all the past games are in the Ultimate theme? It's like super subtle,
Yeah.
but it's so cool.
I like the subtle references are really cool.
Yeah.
This game was weird because it was kind of like, despite like the cartoony characters, like the cutscenes almost had like a sense of realism to it, you know?
Yeah, it did. And just like, I mean, the art style still reflected that too.
Yeah.
It was weird art style, but it's an art style. It aged a little better, and it helped graphically.
They kind of did like sort of pseudo. They tried to go for realism with it in Melee as well, but it even more so in this game.
Yeah, with Melee, it was really just like the game's purpose was to show off the technical capabilities of the GameCube.
And it ended up becoming one of the most popular competitive games of all time. Note that I didn't say greatest.
And I was gonna say, like, and when people's impression of the GameCube was from the Zelda tech demo,
yeah,
Melee was more in that line, more than Zelda became it, since that's not what Wind Waker was at all.
I was just thinking, like, Melee was the only Nintendo game for like the longest time where Mario's overalls actually had a denim texture to it.
Yeah. David Hayter was credited as a special guest.
They didn't credit whoever played Sonic.
Yeah.
Was this This was around the time they were using like the 4Kids the 4Kids voice actor for Sonic in this one, right?
Yeah, it was the replacement before the current one.
Yeah, it was the one that not the Sonic Adventure ones, but not Chris Redfield.
Yeah.
Jason Griffith. No, Jason Griffith was still Sonic in this. Was he?
Then the other one's Ryan Drummond.
Wait, who's the 4Kids one?
I don't remember now. But we unlock Sonic.
Jason Griffith.
Flat Zone 2, a badge.
Okay, yeah, Jason Griffith was the 4Kids one.
Yeah. All this music. And we got Sonic. Alright, go back in.
Back to subspace. We gotta find Wolf, Jigglypuff, and Toon Link. That's the last one I didn't forget.
Sakurai almost did. Let's see. I don't know exactly where the rooms are, so good luck to me finding them.
Yeah, just to explore until you find. Do they show like where they are on the map?
They are the ones with them. No, but they'll show up. What is it? They don't show up in the level until after you clear it, anyways.
Yeah. Oh, I thought they were all in the maze.
No. Nope.
Huh.
And to unlock assist trophies, yeah. I'm so excited for like the unlockable stuff that's in Ultimate, like finding all that music. That's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Oh damn it, there's no custom stages, so you can't make the CD factory again. What you could do in Smash in Brawl was make a CD factory. I don't know if it was just like conveyor belts, and when music CDs spawned, they would ride the conveyor belts down to you, and you would just pick them up. Yeah. And you could just let that go for quite a while.
I mean, you had to monitor it because you had to pick them up manually, but...
Yeah. I think a turbo button probably would have worked, but I didn't think of that when I was young. I manually watched it.
I didn't have a Mad Catz GameCube controller, so it didn't work in my favor there.
I definitely had those. We have a lot of now broken off-brand GameStop GameCube controllers that I have.
Jeez.
But I'm pretty sure I threw them all out because none of them do work. Oh yeah, I want to hear all of the Castlevania music that's in Ultimate. It's gonna be so good.
Nice, Only. My goal at one point was like, all right, I want to play at least one game from each of the characters in Smash Bros. And then they added all these where I haven't played any of their games. It's like, great, I played Castlevania 1, got nowhere close to beating it.
Yeah. Just play 4 instead, honestly.
Oh yeah, Super Castlevania.
It is still
that was right around
Simon.
that was well, it's a remake of the first one.
Yeah. And Rondo of Blood is worth playing it too.
Rondo of Blood Richter's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, people will tell you that is I'm stuck. That is the best 2D Castlevania.
That's the Die Monster one, right?
Pre-Symphony of the Night. No, Symphony of the Night is Die Monster.
Oh.
Although Rondo of Blood does have anime cutscenes.
Oh.
TurboGrafx.
You know what? You reblogged one of those on Tumblr.
Yeah. If it's a remake, why bother calling it 4? Yeah, well, Red Dead Redemption.
That was before remakes were like a wide concept.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is the 3rd game in the series, and it's a prequel to the 2nd game in the series.
There you go.
So, you know.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is like the 11th installment of that series.
Yeah. It's probably not up here.
And if it's like, oh, well, they uses different mechanics in those other games, all the plot in that game is still relevant to the end game. So,
I bet the door was back that way. Willing to bet.
You want me to look it up?
Now we'll see.
Go to a copy of Dracula X on SNES. That's a rare find.
Neat. You see a dude that, it wasn't like covered or anything, but he ordered Super Mario RPG from GameStop, and he got the entire complete in-box game from
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus. That game is only like $30 through GameStop.
Yeah. No, yeah. And apparently that's like, I mean, I've ordered plenty of retro games from him. It is rare to get like anything in box. I think it's rarer to have like a SNES game, but I did get Final Fantasy VII through them, like a complete inbox, and it was a misprint version of Final Fantasy VII.
Jesus.
Which is still lucky because Final Fantasy VII is like $10, and I got it for like $9 off of them. But again, discs.
I'm always afraid to order through them because like some of them they'll get like counterfeit copies and whatnot.
You know what you can, I mean, I haven't had that issue yet, but yeah, it's possible. But I mean, if you ever want to take one back, it's really nice that you can just go to the store and they'll handle it.
Yeah.
Handle getting a return and then a replacement. I wish I did that before when I was first buying games from them, because I do have some from them that don't work that I bought. And then
you were just like, oh, well, they don't work.
Yeah, I didn't realize I could just take it to the store and then they would return it for me.
Yeah. Like, even new games, they'll replace them for you at the very least.
Yeah. Metroid Trilogy physical for $35. Yeah, I got that at launch. I still have mine.
That's actually, that game's gone down in price because they reprinted a bunch of them. It used to be, used to be the only version of that game was in a steel case, and the pre-owned cost more than MSRP when I was working at GameStop.
Is there a kind that doesn't have the steel case?
Yeah, it was re-released with just regular normal cases.
I mean, lame. At the Game Boy Micro, that's worth a lot of money. I think that's the most expensive thing I have in a collection is the Game Boy Micro. And it isn't a good Game Boy. I bet this is
or isn't?
Is not. It's a fragile thing. It is meant to look at and stare at. Found Jigglypuffs.
Despite the fact that it was advertised to go in your pocket.
Yeah. No, yeah, it was not actually a good console. You could do like, you could sneeze in the same room as it, and the cartridge would probably move a little bit and not work.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, it's a fragile piece of technology, but it is meant for collectors, that's why.
Well, not when it first came out.
Yeah.
I think the most expensive thing in my game collection is my copy of Earthbound.
I can imagine.
It's funny, because when I first bought a copy of Earthbound, I was, because I had it on Virtual Console, and it's like, okay, I want this, and I want a physical copy of this. So I bought one off of eBay, and it was like slightly less. It's cost slightly less than like what other people were selling it for. So it's like, all right, no big deal, just buy it, yada yada yada. I bought it, and at the same time, I had also bought tools to open up cartridges. So when I got it, Oh no, I didn't have the tools yet. Oh, when I got it, I was looking at it. It's like this cartridge doesn't seem right. So I took it to, an old game store close to me. It's like, hey, can I use the tools to open up this this cartridge that I have? And I look at it, it's like, it's fake. Fortunately, eBay has got really good buyer protection, so I was able to get a refund on it.
That's good.
I saw the WW on that Sable sticker before I saw anything else on it. It's like, oh, Wind Waker, and then I saw Sable, and it's like Sable, Wind Waker, and then the middle, and then at that point I read the middle. It's like, oh, Animal Crossing.
All right, next one is in the forest.
Wild World.
Here it is.
Can't wait for the new Animal Crossing.
Me either. Not expecting it, but it would be nice to see that at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
I would think like Bayonetta or maybe Metroid. Something they would show there.
Yeah, they've shown
However
nothing
small.
of Metroid so far. I'm expecting that as a 2020 release, honestly, with how little they've shown of it.
I could see that.
Or considering that Nintendo is currently riding like a really large Pokemon high at this point, I would not be surprised if they showed off if they like announced the Gen 8 Pokemon games at the Game Awards.
It's incredibly smart how they were able to not overshadow Pokemon with Smash. Incredible. Look at how EA did Battlefield and Titanfall 2, and how they released them on the same day, and Titanfall 2 died. Look at how Nintendo and Game Freak managed Pokemon and Smash releasing still like close to each other.
You gotta beat up the child.
It's a good thing this one's close to the beginning, just in case something goes wrong.
Yeah, you lose it, you just end up going back.
The wolf one, I think, is a bit in and can be missed. You gotta be, like, quick on an auto-scrolling segment.
Yeah.
Where's he going?
Is he going to the King of Red Lions?
He was. Just water.
I'm taking a dip! He's beating you up.
Yeah, he is.
Give him a chocolate bar. Did you strike that? The sticky bomb?
No. It just blew up. Alright, well, that's kill number 2. That was very lucky.
Oh, the bomb hit him? Yeah, the bomb hit him.
No
I thought the
release
bomb
date
was
for
gonna
Death
hit you at
Stranding.
first.
Yep. Nothing on that yet either. Although Death Stranding, we've seen gameplay of at least.
Quote unquote gameplay.
No, it's
we still have no
It's
idea what
just-
you're supposed to do in it.
It's something. It's interesting. It has my attention, whatever it is. Here we go, ruins.
Oh yeah, Fez. He's like a less likable version of that guy from the Iron Giant who's like, it's art!
It's a walking sim of sorts, it seems like. We need more of it.
Walking sim? Oh, walking sim, yeah.
We're like daycare.
Speaking of the Sims, they released an update for that, which allows first-person mode.
Huh.
I kind of want to make a
That's
series.
immersive.
Yeah, I kind of want to make. You know what? Why live your own life when you can live the life of a virtual guy?
Yeah.
I kind of want to make a series of that based around the guy just like being completely fed up with like everyone in his life. Like also like doing it in a very Sims way. So like, Brenda came over again. She just started talking about airplanes and wedding rings, and I have no idea what she's on about. But I just smile and nod as always. He's gonna have a job as like a criminal or something like that. But it's like time to go to work. I know from this job I know everyone at the precinct, but you wouldn't know that.
If it was a death simulator, that's how deep that game is. So deep.
That's why it's called Death Stranding. Have you ever gotten killed by that rotating platform?
killed by, like, crushing you?
Yes.
No.
I did.
I have in Sonic Mania.
Then I have The Sims 3 at one point. I had a Sims 4 series. I never had a Sims 3 series. I might have played The Sims 3 on stream once or twice, but I played Sims 4 on my YouTube channel. I got really drunk and made all my characters. It was like 2 abominations, 1 actual original character, Waluigi, and then myself and Lucagen. I think Lucagen and Waluigi ended up together.
Yeah, Popcron did one, and where he was acting as Dabbledore in his OC. It was a massive train wreck. We talk about it, but we don't want to talk about it.
Why was it a massive train wreck?
Oh man, he had children and then he didn't.
Oh wait, I remember this now.
Yeah.
Did his children die?
No, they just got taken away. He died.
They got picked up by CPS?
Yeah. He died.
Of age or like of unnatural causes?
Unnatural. Well, are rocket ships natural?
How did he die to a rocket ship?
It came back to Earth and blew up. I think that was it. I think someone else drowned in a pool.
You can be a rocket scientist in that game.
Yeah, and if you did it, like, there's Wolf in there. Yeah, and like if you weren't smart enough, oh, that was not Wolf. Okay,
Someone
you would
said,
die.
Didn't he fuck a hot dog?
Probably. That sounds very Popcron-esque.
I remember the door for Wolf being like at the bottom of a pit.
Yeah, that's what. It's at the bottom of an auto-scrolling segment, and I thought that was it.
I don't think that was the bottom that you went. Yeah.
Yeah, it was at the bottom of it.
Did he have sex with somebody in a hot dog costume?
He probably did. He might have been married at the time too. See, that was.
Oh.
I remember everyone thought Wolf was giving the finger here because it was so dark you couldn't see dark on a CRT. You couldn't see his pointer finger.
Yeah.
So it was like he was giving you the finger.
But he's just taking a kung fu pose.
Yeah. That. Oh man, his Wolf Fang pose reference in Ultimate's great.
Wait, in reference to Yamcha?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Look at like. I don't know how to like what you would Google to get Yamcha's pose. I don't know, maybe if you just like Google Dragon Ball Fighters Yamcha, you might just see the pose right there. Oh my god, fuck you, Wolf. Oh, Dragoon's gonna be the savior of this one. Oh shit, he picked it up.
Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, there's an elephant in the room whenever I think of Star Wolf and Brawl.
Oh, these punishes he's getting on me. There's another piece, but it fell. Here it comes.
I miss Bryce.
Yeah, me too. Whew.
Just spam counter and you win.
No, we got Dragoon. We cheesed it out of all 3. Yeah, it was pretty great. All right, guys. Well, that's the Brawl roster.
Hooray!
We did it. Only 4 minutes over what I expected. That was crazy. I expect at the rate the subspace was going, or Great Maze was going, I thought it would take longer. But no, we did it. We're done.
Nice!
That was Smash Brothers Brawl, everyone, and unlocking characters in it.
It took almost exactly 2 hours.
Man, there's a lot to this game.
You unlock Pirate Ship, you unlock Menu 2.
Yeah. Yeah, this, as much as like this game has oversaturated my life,
yeah,
it's still a place in my heart.
Yeah, same here.
But it fucking sucks, so we're moving on. Thanks everyone for joining for Super Smash Brothers Brawl. For those watching on YouTube, Smash 3DS and Smash Wii U will be one video, and it will be up a week after this one is. Should be, hopefully.
Can I say something before we end off here?
Yeah.
This has half the size of the roster of Smash Ultimate.
Yeah, it does. I still think this is a sizable looking roster as well.
Yeah? That is insane.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. It's a chock full game. And now Project M. Oh, thanks for the bits. I was trying to get it to work because I haven't played Project M in years, but the ISO file isn't working.
Is it not compatible with it, or?
I don't know. It just wasn't working. But yeah, no, there's nothing to do in Project M anyways. But yeah. Thanks everyone for watching Brawl, and be sure to tune in for the next part and catch up on Melee and 64 before this if you haven't yet. And yeah, that's it for YouTube. Now for Twitch, go to Bedcast. We stream Monday through Friday, 10 p.m. I'm gonna be back tomorrow night for Smash 3DS. We're gonna unlock everyone in Smash 3DS in one stream. And then